December 1st, 2019 is the first known case inside of China. A person who had absolutely no exposure to the infamous wet market. Yet to this day, people still talk about the wet market as if it's relevant. So the timeline seems pretty clear to the skeptic. Everything I just said is irrelevant except for the first case, December 1st, 2019. Yep, Wuhan, China, origin of the virus. But now we know this isn't the case at all. As I covered briefly in another video from my YouTube live streams, the United States' first case was before December 1st. It was before the first known case in China. But that's not according to me, dear viewer. That's according to the United States government. You probably didn't know this because it was very quietly reported on, with headlines like, "Coronavirus was in US weeks earlier than previously known, study says," instead of the actual most important fact of the enormous timeline change. The study, performed by US government employees, examined 7,389 blood donations given from December 13th, 2019 through January 17th, 2020 from 9 US states. They found all 9 states showed COVID-19 antibodies, and that, quote, SARS-CoV-2 reactive antibodies were detected in 106 specimens, a small percentage of blood donations from California, Oregon, and Washington as early as December 13th through 16th, 2019. That's over 1.4% of the population with antibodies for COVID-19 as early as December 13th, 2019. Given that it takes around 2 weeks for these antibodies to form, that means that December 1st, 2019, when we know China had at least one single case, the United States of America had around 4.7 million cases. Again, this is not according to me, this is according to the United States. But the WHO says the amount of time it takes on average to infect these 1.25 people is around 5.5 days. So if the United States had 4.7 million cases December 1st, 2019, which according to the United States they did, when was their first case? Using a reverse calculation, we find that in order for one case to turn into 4.7 million cases, it would take around 110 days. December 1st minus 110 days is the middle of August. That's right, about 2 weeks before the first vaping illness death ever recorded, after the common cold outbreaks were quashed. Yes, that's about the length of time on average it takes to die from COVID-19. Now, a lot of people have commented about vaping illness and how it was all figured out. It's caused by vitamin E, Nathan, you handsome devil. That's great, except for the fact that the US CDC clearly stated that vitamin E was not found in all vaping illness cases. So to them I ask, if you think people who don't have vitamin E in their lungs but still have vaping illness is magically explained by vitamin E, I would love to hear how. Osmosis, maybe? Some kind of group mind control? So while none of this evidence by any means proves this theory, it is still interesting. Something isn't adding up. Is this all coincidence? Sure, I'm willing to believe that. But instead of believing it, I'd like to know it's a coincidence. And the only way to do that is for the US to allow a proper investigation into Fort Detrick, the common cold that was causing pneumonia deaths right next to it, and autopsies from all those people and the vaping illness deaths. Then we don't have to believe it's just a coincidence. We can know the truth. And maybe we can hope to have some experts from China allowed to participate. And again, I have to urge that no matter where the virus came from, the most important thing is to get help to those who need it most. For some countries like China, that means preventing deaths as a priority. And for some other countries, it means writing a check for $1,000. Let's push for the truth and continue to be objective. Nothing I've said is proof, and this theory needs to be verified. I'm not pushing a conspiracy theory, I'm examining facts. And those anti-truth activists who fight against facts continue to expose themselves for what they truly are. Most pandemics' origins are never discovered. Hopefully, the United States will demonstrate some transparency for once, and we can all get to the bottom of this one. I hope you've subscribed to my channel, and if you'd like to support these videos, the best way to do so is by sharing them. Thanks everybody. 谢谢。